Things fall apart context.
Achiever. He was born in 16 November 1930. In 1948, he won a scholarship to study medicine at the University of Ibadan. He graduated in 1952. Achebe writes the story of Africans and the colonial encounter from an African perspective. What had originally been planned as one long novel beginning with the colonization of eastern Nigeria and ending just before independence turned into two shorter novels, Things Fall Apart, set in the late 19th century, and No Longer at Ease, set in the decade before Nigeria gained its independence. Things Fall Apart has sold millions of copies and has been translated into more than 50 languages. The Things Fall Apart demonstrates, Achebe put it, that African people did not hear of civilization for the first time from Europeans. The protagonist of that story, Okonkwo, is a firm character who does harmful things to not appear weak and participates in the sacrifice of a young hostage from another village. When the massacre of Igbos began, Achebe was warned, so he fled with his family to eastern Nigeria, and he became a strong advocate for Biafra's independence. And he was elected Deputy National President of the People's Redemption Party and published a political pamphlet, The Trouble with Nigeria, in 1983. And he died on March 21st, 2013.
The history of Nigeria. The British had an appearance in Nigeria long before they officially occupied the country. They began by occupying Lagos and then they made their way to the rest of the country slowly. The British mostly occupied Nigeria as a result of slave trade and because they were in competition with other European countries for West Africa's natural wealth. The occupation of the south of Nigeria was direct and forced, while in the north it was indirect and they ruled Nigeria through others. The Igbo people living in the south were faced with a huge massacre from the British that supposedly killed most of them brutally. The British occupied Nigeria for around 60 years, and once they left, more destruction occurred. Nigeria became permanently affected by the British occupation, and they suffered with independence issues and a major lack of leadership. They technically had no government at all. The political problems still remain ongoing in Nigeria till this day due to the occupation.
Intro to Things Fall Apart. One of Achebe's main goals when he published this novel was to help Western audiences stray away from their backward understanding of African culture. Achebe believed that authors like Joseph Conrad were responsible for the inaccurate and poor portrayal of African culture. Like the characters of Reverend James Smith and the District Commissioner represent the stereotypical and racist European understanding of African culture. The District Commissioner believes that colonization is a natural and necessary process. Achebe shows the reader how European colonization led to the westernization of African culture. And he portrays African culture with not only traditions, but governments, religion, judicial systems, and much more to reveal the complexity of Igbo culture.
Igbo culture practices. Most Igbos were subsistence farmers. This means they grew crops for themselves and not for trade.
Traditionally, Igbo religion includes beliefs in a creator deity, Chukwu or Chineke, an earth goddess, Allah, and a variety of other gods and goddesses, as well as ancestors who guard their living offspring.
Some Igbos wear maiden spirit masks. These masks represent beauty and peacefulness.
The
Maiden
spirit masks are made of painted wood.
Community, family, elder, respect, life, and hospitality are all qualities focused on in Igbo culture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.